Hello my beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-January 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details and I'll never ask you for your personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Also, do your due diligence if anyone solicits for their services, and keep yourself wonderfully safe. Okay, let's move on to your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, so this is the singles love reading. It's good for the next 4 to 5 weeks, and if you're looking for a twin flame connection reading, I did one of those for your sign a couple of days ago, so check that out. If you're not looking for love at all and you're looking for something a little bit more career-based, I will be doing the career reading in the next couple of days for your sign as well. But this is for those looking for love. Now, the first card is your protagonist energy. Second card is any challenges that you've experienced that you're overcoming in terms of blockages. And the third card is your unified outcome. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. We have, interesting. So we have the whip and we have the fish. That may not mean anything to you at this present moment in time, but I'm just going to transmute an outcome for you. This is your overall energy for the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into a Celtic cross and see what's coming towards you as well. But your protagonist energy is stability. You're looking for a grounded relationship, one that brings safety. I mean, you are good and self-sufficient all by yourself, my beautiful Cancerians, but you're looking for someone that you can build a home with or nest with in some way. I also feel like you're looking for a relationship that feels secure, that you can express yourself fully and feel safe to be your authentic self. When you meet the right person, it feels good to be you. Okay, and we don't feel like we're walking on eggshells with our emotions or we're withholding our emotions. You're wonderfully sensitive, kind, loving, and I feel like you're looking for a relationship where you can explore all those sort of aspects of yourself and know that the other person is going to reciprocate. So I also feel like some of you are actually thinking about moving home or looking at relocating in some way in your life. It's number 4. You're looking for a divine counterpart that is Emperor energy. So male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy. And number 4 is it's a number of building a foundation, a solid foundation. You're not looking for a quick fix when it comes to love. You could have that if you wanted it, of course, if you put yourself out there or were motivated to seek that, but you're looking for something a little bit more committed. This is your protagonist energy. Also, you may be focusing on your finances, your success at this time. You may be focusing on building your empire, as it were, and being ambitious to build a solid foundation for yourself, because you're in that mode of building foundation structure in your world that are healthy, that are going to bear fruit and bring longevity. Okay, now the resistance position, we do have the stork, so it's number 17. Number 17 is the star energy, so healing energy. There may have been something you've been healing from, but I feel like you've been focusing on it. You see things very clearly now. You see through that energy, and you've been given a lot of wisdom in that situation. So you may have sort of learned a very painful lesson in the past, or you felt moments of despair or moments of negativity when it came to love. You may have felt like it passed you by in some way because you've been waiting a long time for the one, as it were. Also, you may have come into relationships where they were stagnant. They got to a position where all of a sudden, they're just showing me a ship that has come aground. Okay, so someone, it's almost like they blocked their feelings, because ships are about the journey, but they're also, you know, they submerge themselves partly into emotions, into water. Water in tarot is about dreams or goals or love, emotions. So I feel like them showing me a ship that run aground, they're just showing me that something got stuck in the past and you couldn't get past it, but you're healing from this now. I mean, not unless you're listening to this reading and you're literally like watching a video of a ship, you know, that's grounded, not in water, or you can see that from your window or something like that. Maybe it's even a painting. They're just showing me something. They're showing me a ship that has come aground. Okay. Anyway, when you think about this card in particular, it is a stork energy. Now, this is the wonderful Lenormand deck by Lamucci Design, and the stork represents a period of nothing happening, stagnation. Then all of a sudden, there is sudden movement. But that doesn't help you, my beautiful Cancerians, because in the moment you may fear that there is no love coming for you. And if you think about the stork, traditionally storks, they bring arrivals, they bring new. So as you can see, that stork's got nothing in its beak right now. So you may be feeling, okay, where's the love at? You can't feel it, you can't see it. You're not sure how you're going to get to that space at this moment in time. But the stork does indicate this is the challenge position. So the challenge is the waiting period. Now, I feel you're not wasting your time, you know, sitting by the window, darning socks, waiting for someone to drop by and love you. You're not doing that, my beautiful Cancerians. You are bossing up. You are building stability in your own world. And I feel like you're creating a home life that is a sanctuary for you and your family unit. But in that downtime, because this is the challenge to overcome, and you will overcome it in the next couple of weeks, because this is the turnaround point. You become aware of something with that energy, that all of a sudden there will be an option in love, because we've got the whip here. The whip is about control. It's number 11. Now that tends to be about soul path numbers. It's also about, you know, weighing up options, because it is justice energy. The justice card is number 11, but I feel like you're making some sort of decisions in order to change your future. I feel like you're trying to find a balanced way to think about looking for love or opening yourself up to love. But they're showing me the whip, which means there is some way where you are controlling either your emotions, because if we get hurt in the past, for example, we build a wall. We have to acknowledge that over time we should be building a healthy boundary, but not a wall, because we still want to let love in and be loved and love back. Okay, so be mindful of that. The whip indicates some sort of strict energy. So perhaps you're thinking about, you know what, maybe you've given yourself a 5-year plan or something where you're like, you know what, I'm going to focus on building my career. Or you thought, for the next year, I'm going to focus on my own path, your soul path, your life's calling. Because I feel like you are resisting. You know, there's something here, the whip, if you think about whip energy, it keeps sort of... normally it's used, unfortunately, against animals, horrific, but it's to tame or temper or keep control of something. So I feel like this is your unified energy. I feel like you're controlling something in your world that is, now I'm not here to point a finger at you, my beautiful Cancerians, especially if you've been hurt in the past. You may have taken your foot off the pedal when it comes to love and be healing yourself in some way. So sometimes we create a blockage, but the whip is, it could be some sort of conflict. So I'm going to pull a quick card on this. There could be a conflict about moving on from a past relationship, or some sort of argument that you've had with somebody, and you're in a solitary energy, and you're wondering whether you should seek new. I'm just going to pull a card on that, because we do have the fish here, which is abundance, a real positive turning point when it comes to your love relationships. And this is new love popping out of nowhere, but there may be some sort of conflict or something that you need to resolve first before you move into opening yourself up to be free for love. So for example, some of you may have been going through a divorce or went through a divorce, and it's been long drawn out, and you feel like you're not free enough to open yourself up to love at this time, even though you want it. So let me just see what the blockage is. I don't feel like it's like a boulder, a huge boulder of a blockage. I feel like there's just some sort of resistance going on here. So I want to see what the resistance is. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it's like this is not the right time, or you feel like stuck in a bit of a rut right now. So for example, if like me, over the festive period, I was a little bit unwell, but also, I ate too many of the good stuff, and, things are starting to feel a bit tight and all of those things. You may be like, okay, I'm going to wait till I get a bit more in shape before I start putting myself out there and looking for love. It could be something like that. It can be a very small restriction that we place upon ourselves, and we say, it's not the right time. But I have to let you know that a watch pot never boils. So when you feel it is time to go out looking for love, actually the universe says, I'm going to surprise you. Okay, this energy here is a bit of a surprise. So I do feel like just when you're not looking for love and you're like, it's not the right time, that's when it comes in. Okay, so I'm just going to pull one more. Thank you so much. The Chariot, yeah, that's your card, Cancerian energy. You may not feel it's the right time, and you may feel like you're in control, and you're waiting for the right moment to be motivated to go and find love and get yourself out there. The Chariot has other ideas. The Chariot is, whilst you are the master or the mistress of your own destiny, the Chariot, there's no reins on those sphinxes who are driving the Chariot. So there is an element to fate involved in this. So whilst there is some decisions on your behalf, fate is also in control. And the Chariot card reminds us that if you feel like either you were separated from somebody and you felt like it's not the right time to get back on the horse, as it were, because the Chariot, the history of the Chariot card is about getting back on the horse and, not letting a situation get you down, or don't feel a loss of control, don't feel defeated. You are destined to meet somebody. So you may be wondering as well, has destiny left you out? There's no love for you? That's not true, okay? That's all about to change. There is movement forward. Now, some of you may actually be activating a move or some sort of relocation in your world, because the Chariot card is a movement card. So I feel like you're opening yourself up to meet somebody new. I feel like it's about timing. When you activate a move, there is some sort of timing involved in you meeting somebody new, okay? Now, let me just see. We have number 34. Now, number 34, when you reduce it, 3 plus 4 is 7, the Chariot card. So that is about movement, motivation. It is also about divine intervention and a victorious, successful relationship. So I feel deep down you are determined to find somebody new, but there's some sort of restriction here that's holding you back in some way. This is the fish, the goldfish, of course, and this is about abundance. This card is one of the most positive cards, as well as the sun card in this deck. So this means out of nowhere, your luck changes when it comes to love. In the traditional sort of tarot decks, the Page of Cups, which is new love, a fish pops out of the cup all of a sudden. So I feel like all of a sudden there's going to be love for you, but you may feel like putting the brakes on when you first meet this person. So let's go a little bit deeper and find out what's going on there, what's coming towards you. I'm doing a Celtic cross, and I'm using the wonderful Dreamkeepers Tarot by HUSTON. I'm only reading the uprights in this deck, apart from the challenge positions. If I go to any other deck to clarify, these two in particular, I will be using reversals in that deck as well to get a little bit more depth as to what we're dealing with here. So we have the High Priestess. We also have the Page of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I'm just going to get all your cards before I read them for you. We've got the Tower. So some sort of shocking Page of Swords. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. They're showing me some sort of shocking event. King of Swords here above you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, how would you like to receive? How would you like to receive? Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? We've got the Creatrix and we've got the Knight of Swords. They want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding love? 4 of Swords. Oh, and one more. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. So, your first card there is the High Priestess, mysterious. Okay, so you may have felt going off radar recently, or you may have kept yourself, off grid for a little bit to connect to your higher self. To implement things like self-care routines, come back to your center, use your intuition, connect to your deeper consciousness. And I feel this is you. This is also you trying to work out love. I just got a question mark. It's almost like you don't understand love because some things just don't make sense. Okay, and I feel you trying to work things out in your soul, in your intuition. There is a potential here, and I'm going to pull a card on it. Now, either there's someone here that you're not talking to at this moment in time, but I'm going to have to pull a card because I feel like, this is in, the King of Swords is in your potential position, which is about meeting somebody on the same frequency that you're on, and you're in the Queen of Swords energy right now. Even though you're a water element, you're a bit in your head about love. You're protecting your heart, perhaps. There's some sort of blockage or resistance. It's not a major one, but I feel there is some sort of control. The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, they tend to control emotions. They use reason, intellect over passion, and that's not your normal state, okay? So this is coming off the back of something else, probably this Tower energy. But the High Priestess, I feel like you're trying to work things out, trying to come back to your intuition in particular. Also, I feel people are looking at you like you're mysterious, okay? So it feels like you've gone off grid. You're trying to, the High Priestess can also mean that you're repressing emotions. As you can see, she's standing in a bird's nest. So I feel like you really want to nest. You may be focusing on your home life, but you may have been a bit of a homebody recently, or more recently than most other times, okay? So I do feel like there's this insular energy that's going on about you. This is the heart of the matter. The thing that's challenging you right now is the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is new energy. Pages are often news, and they bring communication, they bring news. The Page of Wands in particular is about coming out of your comfort zone. Okay, so getting out there. I do feel like if you've just met somebody, for example, you're already talking to someone and it's quite, exciting, and because it feels like something may be flourishing with this card, you may be all up in your head because this person may be a little bit younger than you, or you may be wondering, oh gosh, I can't really talk to that person. They look too young to be with me, or they are too young, or they're not as mature as what I'm looking for. Of course, it's important that you find what you're looking for, but I just feel this energy of you looking at yourself and seeing what you think should be a match for you, rather than deep down what you really want to connect to. I hope that makes sense. There's just a little energy here of you feeling also a little bit bored of kind of like being on your own. Okay, so I feel like a juxtaposition energy here. Also, I feel like you're bored of people's BS. I feel like situations that you've experienced in the past have gone round and round and round, and you're like, oh gosh, here I am again. I can't deal with this. I feel like you're fed up of just people talking the whatever and just not connecting on a deeper level. So I feel like you are in some way, and you don't mean to, I feel like there's part of you that is kind of changed yourself to suit what you feel. I'm not sure how to put that, because Cancerians, I don't ever imagine that you would change yourself willingly. I feel like somehow either people have projected their feelings onto you, or you've absorbed other people's feelings, but I just feel you disconnecting from your wonderful heart, and it may be in a protective energy, but I feel like it's more that you are not motivated, or you've lost hope in finding love, because I feel someone who's a little bit more driven in other areas. Okay, now there's definitely a match here for you, but I feel it's almost like you're meeting people or love with your head, and your heart can get involved a little bit later when you've decided. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling right now. I hope that makes sense. That makes total sense if you've been someone who has dealt with a lot of heartache, or you've had losses in the past where you're like, you know what? What's the point in investing my time and energy in something that's going to go nowhere? Okay, so I feel like there's just a bit of a jaded energy here. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Cancerians. It's a very difficult period to navigate. We got the Tower energy here. So something, it's interesting, something shocked you in the past or something crumbled. Now, the Tower energy is not to be feared. The Tower deep down is this is what is below you. So you may have, you are making some shocking changes in your world, some lifestyle changes. So, I mean, I feel like you are in control of this Tower energy. The Tower energy is basically surprise. And when you've got that goldfish there, which is like surprise opportunity for love, abundance, goodness coming your way, I feel like you're going to make some radical changes in your world that actually put you in the path of meeting somebody who is kind of on your energetic sphere, your frequency. Okay, I'm going to pull a quick card on that Tower energy, because the Tower can be that you experience some sort of very damaging unwanted upheaval in a love relationship in the past, and energetically you're holding on to that fear. You may not want to be with a person in the past, but it is some way influenced how you give your heart to others going forward. So let me just see what that is for you, the Tower energy. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please clarify the Tower for my beautiful Cancerians? What are they meant to see with that energy? Ace of Wands. And, whoa, that's it. They are indicating here that there's definitely new love, new passion coming into your world, but the Seven of Wands tells me you're guarded. You've fought for love in the past and lost, or you felt like you lost out. But remember, everything happens for a reason. Rejection is protection and redirection, because Spirit can see the bigger plan for you. The universe knows your fated journey, and where, it's almost like if you think about your life like a movie, there's plot points. Okay, the universe knows that if you're going to meet somebody, and for example, that person is not vibing with you and you're finding it a very difficult relationship, my beautiful Cancerians, the universe knows that that is not the be all and end all of your journey. There is more of your journey to come. So there is more love to come. But the Seven of Wands there is a very defensive energy. So again, it's like that whip. I feel like there is new passion. There is new, but I feel like because you've experienced such a challenging situation in the past, you may be a little bit defensive. And, now don't shoot the messenger when I say this, okay? You may be sort of subconsciously pushing potential situations away, okay? Giving off a vibe sometimes of, not wanting to receive. Can you see? Because we got an offer, full-on offer coming on in. The universe is sending a divine union. Aces bring divine unions, and this is, chemistry with another person. There is some sort of spark, a frisson with somebody that's coming on in that is divinely or fated. It is a fated sort of meeting with somebody, and they're indicating here, because of that Tower energy, that you may feel like putting on the brakes as soon as you meet this person. But this person it's almost going to be like, when you meet someone and everything just changes. I mean, I want to call it love at first sight, but it's almost like you see someone and you're captivated by that person, but you're like, I don't know how to feel. It's not like, oh my God, I'm smitten straight away. It's kind of like that invisible force when you meet a person and you're dumbstruck. You cannot even fathom, like, why did I just act like that? That's so weird. That's not like me. I feel like you're gonna have a fated meeting with somebody where you're like, oh, I couldn't even speak. Okay, I feel that is your body trying to overcome the blockage and try and move yourself out of a comfort zone, force yourself forward to act, enact with this person, because this person, I feel like, is going to approach you for a conversation first. We're going to go a little bit deeper and find out, but I feel Spirit's kind of warning you or indicating, don't be too defensive. Be open to receive this love, okay? I mean, easier said than done if you're going through something that was very, very challenging and you feel, I'm not ready yet. The right person will take it slow. The right person will say, I get it. You don't have to tell me what it is, but I understand. We'll just take things slow. Because I feel like there's a potential here for a bit of a whirlwind romance that I feel could lead to something better, something deeper, more commitment. But I feel like you're in your head about it, okay? Now, what is in the past? We've got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a very curious energy. So I feel like they're, if you're dealing with someone from the past who keeps popping up in your world, they may be looking at you, what you're up to, and also you may be in a very curious energy to see what they're up to. You may not be wanting to get back with that person, but there's a little bit of curiosity here, you know. Also, I feel that there's an energy of gossip around this card, which is so unusual. I mean, sometimes this card can mean gossip or you overhearing something. So I'm just going to pull a card and see what that is for you, okay? The Page of Swords, the energy I'm getting from this is you sort of thinking about opening yourself up to a new option, investigating your options, and sort of keeping your ear to the ground to see, as it were, if there was anybody new that you would be interested in. But you're in that Swords energy. We got Strength card in the reverse. There's a lack of confidence here. So either you heard something or somebody said something to you that broke your confidence, or really you've been struggling with there. They're indicating you're leaving the struggle behind. You're gaining that confidence. Ooh, the Devil card. Okay, so this could have been somebody that you're in a relationship with that had a, you know, forked tongue type situation where they were very unkind with their words, or this person in some way cheated on you or damaged how you feel, knocked your confidence. I mean, the Devil card is about a blockage. So this could also be like something that you experienced with another person in the past. You're exploring, or you're being curious about your actions within that situation, but you're trying to release the bond or the holds that it had on you. Can you please clarify that, Devil? The world, it has come to an end. So they are indicating that you're leaving that cycle behind, but it has been a difficult experience, especially so since you're so sensitive. Your wonderful emotions, you know, are your superpower, but at the same time, it's both a blessing and a curse. I'm a Scorpio energy, so I do feel very deeply. I mean, every human feels deeply, okay? But some of us, when it gets too much, we're like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to that depth. And whilst I admire people who are able to do that, being a water element, sometimes you just plunge into that depth of emotion, and it is difficult to let go. Okay, so but you're ending a cycle, you're entering a new phase here. So you may feel a little bit like either a fish out of water, or you feel like you're in uncharted waters when it comes to getting out there and dating again, and you're feeling like a little bit apprehensive. That's what that Swords energy is about. The Swords energy is, when you got a lot of cards that are swords, it's about anxiety or overthinking or thinking things through before you act, which is this card. The King of Swords is someone who is sort of, you know, weighing things up before you get yourself out there. It could also be that you're in a very logical sort of space of mind. Now, this is also an international card. So because we had the World card there, we've had the Chariot card, you could be thinking about relocating, or someone, the person that's meant for you is currently relocating to wherever you're at, and you know you're about to have a fated meeting. So this person could be from overseas, but they're coming to live you know, nearby you, and it is a fated meeting here. The King of Swords also is someone who's very truthful, very honest, but leads with logic. So this person is someone who, how can I put that? They don't open up easily when it comes to their emotions. So I feel like they may have had a difficult journey just like you, my beautiful Cancerians, but both of you are on the same vibe. I mean, we got an energetic match here. Okay, this is a singles love reading, so I'm going to clarify a couple of cards just to make sure that this isn't someone that you're curious to see what they're up to, like an ex, for example. So I'm just going to pull a card on that, because the Queen of Swords is, you're very self-sufficient, you got it all by yourself, but you're looking to the future now. You're thinking about settling down, aligning yourself with the idea that you have for your future. You're strategizing, you're letting go of any false truths. So if you felt like you were bonded to another person and you couldn't break that bond, you can see now that you've empowered yourself and you become more, you know, confident than ever, and I feel like you are moving forward. But because we've got these two in these two placements, I just want to sort of collect an energy and see if this is someone that you're thinking about from the past. So I just want to, I've got a small percentage of that. Even though this is a new love reading, I have to acknowledge it when it comes through. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Angels. Can you please guide? Page of Cups, it's new. Okay, so they're indicating exactly, as I was talking about the Page of Cups, we got Page of Cups here. This person may be a little bit younger than you, though. So you may, maybe you're a little bit younger than this person. There's something about age here that could be a factor that makes you put the brakes on. I feel like it's not detrimental to your relationship, because love is love. Doesn't matter what age, okay? If the heart is engaged, you know, that's half the battle, okay? The Page of Cups indicates it's going to pop out of nowhere. And I feel like this is a love that you should grab with both hands. Okay, you should grab with both hands, because I feel like it is a wonderful opportunity to be with a soulmate here. But both of you, I feel, will learn to heal and love and open up to each other fully, especially since we've got the near future. We've got the star energy. Now, the star energy is about stars are aligning to bring you a fated meeting, but also it's healing energy. I feel like you are having hope and faith again. And this is in the near future. So if you haven't been having faith and hope recently, I do feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel where you see the change when it comes to love. But the star energy, she is holding what looks like an egg. And there's a raven on there. Ravens represent spirit. So I feel like the spirit is guiding you towards the light, guiding you towards a new option. Eggs tend to mean new opportunities. And I feel like this is a healthy relationship that will not leave you confused. Both of you are very honest and open and sharp as a tack. Okay, very intelligent, meeting of minds sort of relationship going on here. But I feel both of you are quite cautious when you first meet. I gotta be honest, okay? So I feel like although it'll be quite whirlwind kind of energy, because we've got a Knight of Swords there, this person's very adventurous. I feel like they're from some sort of different background than you, and I feel like both of you will bring lifestyle changes towards each other's life. I feel like it goes quite fast, and that's why both of you are like in that defensive energy, but there's so much love, okay? The star energy indicates, as I said, you being on the right path to being it's almost like being in the right place, the right time to meet your person, okay? So the star, this is in the near future, so I do feel like you're going to be on a new journey very, very soon when it comes to love. Now, your advice to yourself in this moment, Queen of Swords, is to be self-sufficient. You got this. You don't need nobody, but you wanted somebody. And of course, that is the perfect energy to be in. When we get to that stage, the universe acknowledges that, you know, you have spiritually ascended and learnt not to be codependent, or not to be, how can I put that? Okay, so they're just giving it to me in a certain way. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. When I was younger, it literally, and I mean when I was a teenager, it literally sat on my shoulders that I must find love. I must find love. I must be with a person. I must find love. I didn't know where that came from, okay? That sort of desire was almost voracious in the way that I sought love, okay? And it never came. Until I started focusing on my career, or started focusing on the things that I thought would be my career at the time. And, you know, as soon as I took my attention off those things that I thought I needed, the universe sent me what I truly desired, okay? So I feel this is about you focusing on the future, thinking about, you know, making true decisions, you know, aligning yourself, getting really well organized, but also it is having clarity of purpose, which actually sort of, you set an intention, you align yourself with that. You want love, but you don't need it. And that's when the love comes on in. So I do feel like this is an energetic match. The two of you are in the same vibe, okay? You may be both a little bit cautious to start with, but I feel like this relationship will warm up and be a wonderful, loving, committed relationship. Now, we do have the Nine of Wands here. This is the external circumstances. Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior energy. So I feel like you've battled away. Now, if this is, you know, I'm just going to put it like this because they have given me this energy. It keeps popping up about somebody wanting to reunite with somebody in the past. Now, if that's you and you're asking, Baba, can I get back with the person that I love that I've lost, or that I feel like I've lost? The answer is yes. But both of you have to come out of a comfort zone. Both of you have to have an honest, open conversation, because right now, both of you are in your heads about this and you're both being defensive. So either there's arguments or something going on here. Both of you are resisting being open to that raw love. So I feel like both of you are defensive, okay, with that Nine of Wands. Is it worth fighting for? I mean, I would say yes, because we got the star energy here, which says this can be healed, okay? Both of you are curious about each other, and both of you need to have confidence. But if you do not want to be with a person from the past, because this is a new love reading, I said I would only acknowledge it if it comes up. Your person from the past, or the person you've separated from, you will hear from this person before Venus goes direct, just so you're aware. Venus is in retrograde until the 29th of January. So I'm going to move past that energy now and focus on the new. The Nine of Wands, though, means that you may have been like completely exhausted fighting for a love, or you know, you're very cautious. Nine of Wands is a very cautious energy, but it gives you an opportunity to evaluate what you truly want. So you may have stopped, found you were unmotivated to look for love, and sort of be waiting until the right moment, or until you feel comfortable to take the next step. And I feel like right now you're looking at the pathway ahead and which pathway you want to take. I hope you can see it in that card, but you can see her face. You know, there's different directions, like the ghosts of different directions. And I feel like you're weighing up your direction right now before you move forward for new love. Now, the hope and fear is the Magician, the Creatrix in this deck. The Magician is about having confidence, but it's also about taking action. We must recognize where we are blocking ourselves or not taking action to find love. So if you've always been meaning to get on a dating website, but you haven't got round to the time, then now maybe you should find some time. Or if you're old-fashioned like me and you're like, you know what, dating websites are wonderful, but I just want to get out there and vibe with another person. Of course, it's a difficult circumstance right now because we're going through a major pandemic, but with socially distanced sort of rules, etc., we can put ourselves in situations where we can meet other people. So I feel like this is about taking ownership or taking control and having faith. There is magic about you at this time, my beautiful Cancerians, because this card in this position says everything you think of, you can bring about. Thoughts become things, and the Magician energy is about taking action, but inspired action, and bringing your dreams to life. So whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, I feel like people are going to be magnetized towards you. The Magician has an innate power. It's a magnet. Okay, when you think about it, it's a magnet. You draw people towards you. So you're going to be turning a lot of heads in the next couple of weeks. So have that confidence. I mean, you turn heads anyway, my beautiful Cancerians, but I feel like you don't see them because a little bit of low self-esteem going on here, especially since we've got a Queen of Wands over here. The fear in the Magician card here is you may have felt very scattered in your energy, and there may have been a relationship where you felt like you wasted your time, or you felt is unfulfilled in some way. Sometimes we never get true closure on a relationship. We have to take back the power and get closure for ourselves. That is a painful journey to take, unfortunately, but it does empower our journey as we move forward. But I feel like you're trying not to allow anything to hold you back or hold you down, okay? Now, the outcome energy, this is for, as I said, mid-January right through to mid-February there. The Knight of Swords says you're still making these lifestyle changes. I also feel like you will be communicating with somebody new within the next 5 to 6 weeks, okay? This is also, as I said, someone who's got quite a fast-paced lifestyle, but I don't feel like you get caught up in that because I feel like you put the brakes on. So you actually sort of complement each other very well. This person honors you, they respect you, and they want to take it as slow as you want to or as fast as you want to. But I do feel like this is a very honest and open person. We do have the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is a card of protection. Spirit is watching over you. So during the period of solitude, because this card is about solitude, okay? It is about being on your own, resting, re-energizing, and taking a temporary time out. Sometimes Spirit blocks us from meeting somebody new because there is some sort of unresolved issue that we have to process before we move on, or there is some sort of mission we feel called to achieve before we open ourselves to love. It could be this small little restriction there where it's like, I'm not ready, it's not the time. So the Four of Swords says get the rest though. Make sure you get rest and be ready because there will be action. Don't burn yourself out day to day. Leave a little bit of time to focus on your own needs. build that self-care or that healthy sort of routine there. And also, looking for love is also part of self-care. Remember that. That is time for you. Very important. Now, we've got the Queen of Wands in this position, which is the outcome position. The Queen of Wands, although there are 3 court cards here, this is your journey. So this is not about 3 people entering your situation, but I'm going to pull a card on it just to make sure. The Queen of Wands there is about confidence, coming back to your wonderful feisty self. The most attractive, or the card that symbolizes attraction and beauty and handsomeness, male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy, but this card is the embodiment of beauty, turning heads. So deep down, my beautiful Cancerians, I feel like it's about you finding that confidence within you to know that you are all that. Not only that, you bring a lot to the table. People should be they should recognize how awesome it is to spend time in your energy, let alone be opening up to a relationship with you. So I do feel like there is, you're shining your wonderful light, and you're going to attract someone who sort of matches your energy. Now, just going to pull a card on that for you. So I feel like you're becoming your wonderful self again after something that may have damaged your confidence. Ace of Wands. Your Ace of Wands comes back. This is the second time it's appeared in your reading. So they're showing me that there is a fated meeting here. Someone is going to find you very attractive. There's going to be a lot of chemistry between you and a person, and this person has been divinely sent to you, okay? I feel like you may either, this is someone that you meet where you do some sort of hobby, or somewhere where you find something interesting, or you're passionate about something. I feel like you meet somebody at a place where you spend all your energy and time trying to achieve something, or are passionate about, like a hobby, or I feel like this person really captures your attention, okay, and you theirs. So I'm just going to go one more just to clarify the energy. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? We're given the 4 swords again. Yeah. So the 2 cards they've given me is very important cards. 4 swords is to get the rest. Be ready. Spirit is protecting you at the right time. And if you've experienced a rejection in any area of your life, that's because you're being redirected to a path you're meant to be on. Now, a lot of people ask me, Bubba, why are we redirected? If we want to be on this path, or we feel like this is the path that we're meant to be on, why do we get sort of directed elsewhere, or go on some sort of detour? It's because Spirit wants us to meet certain situations or certain people that we've not quite experienced yet, so that we can expand our horizons but also raise our vibrations. Every single person you meet has something to teach you. Even if it's like you're meeting somebody in the coffee store and they're, you know, serving your coffee, okay, and they're like, you know, you have a wonderful exchange, you're really awesome to them, you ask them how their day is going, and you truly are listening, and you vice versa, you have a wonderful exchange. That person's, you know, in the coffee store making the coffee. You know, many years later, you may meet that person in another situation or another scenario where you're like, oh, I remember you used to work down at that coffee place, and now they're the CEO of a company that you are wanting to do a deal with or merge with, or, you know, there is always a reason why we meet a person. Always. Anyway, moving on. So they want you to be ready to rest and recoup, because I feel like you're being put in the path of somebody new. The 2 of Pentacles basically means make sure you create balance in your world. Balance to work really hard, focus on your goals and your dreams, but also to have some fun time, some downtime, some me time, but also some time to look for love if you are wanting to do that. Or, you know, implement time for you to focus on a hobby or something that really raises your vibrations, because that is where you're going to meet this new person. Okay, so I'm just going to pull one more card, see if they can give me anything a little bit more, but there's definitely some chemistry coming on in with somebody. Can you please show me either a time scale or a place scale where this person may meet? Can you please help my beautiful Cancerians before we close the reading? Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful for the messages so far. What are they meant to... Okay, so we've got a 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse is an interesting card, because it basically says don't give up too soon, okay? Or it says, yeah... the Five of Wands there is an interesting one as well. So the Seven of Pentacles there is, you know, I feel like it's not at a work situation where you meet this person. Also, this is about, you know, looking at where you put your attention and what you get out of it, where, you know, the effort that you put into situations. I also feel, I feel it says don't give up too soon on this. I feel that you're going to meet someone at a place where you are either learning to be better at something or doing something that you really enjoy. The Five of Wands, I mean, sometimes people consider it conflict or rivalry or challenges and things like that. But actually the history of the card is these people are in training. Okay, they are passionate about what they do and they're strengthening their skills. They're strengthening their ability to win. Because the next card up is the Six of Wands, which is about winning. It is about reward and recognition and good news. So I feel like this is a place where either you are passionate about something. So for example, say if you love making jewelry, okay, and you're like, you know what, I always wanted to learn how to do that thing in jewelry where you solder jewelry or something like that. And you think, I'm going to go on a course to learn more about that. And then you meet a person at that course. You're strengthening your skills. It's something you're passionate about. It doesn't have to be about jewelry. It can be about pottery. It can be about, you know, maybe you want to learn about bookkeeping, or so whatever it is. I feel like I actually feel like you pay for a course or you pay for something and you meet a person where you pay for something that strengthens your skills or strengthens something you're passionate about. Okay. I feel with the I feel like it is about 5 to 6 weeks where you come into this person's vicinity and you will be talking to this person. You will at least have a first exchange in communication within that time frame. Okay, so I'm just going to move forward and get you a card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, God, Angels. As I said, I feel like there is someone who's on the same wavelength as you. Definitely a meeting. Yeah, very interesting. They give you this card. Definitely a meeting. I feel like the relationship comes a little bit later, so I feel like you're building a strong foundation. We've got number 22. When you reduce it, 2 plus 2 is 4, which is the number of love, but also it is the first card that you got there. Very interesting that you got socks. Introspective, coziness, complacency. Life cannot always be lived to the fullest being a homebody. Don't let your socks stop you from feeling the grass. So again, it's another indicator to come out of your comfort zone. Easier said than done. I know, my beautiful Cancerians, especially if you've got trauma or you feel you're not ready. Always wait until you're ready, you know. But little by little, you can edge yourself out and meet somebody. I feel like this is about getting ready again. You know, you're getting the rest. Get ready for action. Socks. We put socks on when we're ready to start moving, but also it's nice to be cozy, but if we get complacent, then time waits for no person. We're just in that zone of stalemate, not finding love, not opening ourselves up. So I do feel like coming out of your home space is where you're about to meet the person. I mean, you may meet this person online on a dating website or a chat space or something like that, but you will physically go out and meet that person. Okay, so I'm just going to get a trinket before we close. Oh, we got one. Interesting. We got the coin. So I feel like this is, again, as I said, I feel like it's something you pay for something and you meet a person at a place where you've paid for something. So whether it is a course, whether it is a book, maybe you went to a bookstore, paid for something, whether it is, I mean, I feel like you're giving money to something and you come into contact with the new person. On the card, on the trinket, sorry, it's got Queen Elizabeth II. So this person could be from Britain or could be, I think, Australia as well, because they have, I mean, I guess if there's a country that has a connection with the Queen, which that's a lot of countries, right? Because of history. But I feel like more than anything, I feel like this is a solid relationship. This is something you can trust. This is dependable. This is grounded in investment from the get-go. Okay, so I feel like there's an invested relationship here. Also, thank you so much, I'm sure grateful. They're showing me a necklace. They're showing me a necklace that has a coin on it. It may not have the Queen on it, but they're showing me a coin. I feel like it's an old-fashioned coin that's on the necklace. Now, either you have that necklace or a person that you're about to meet wears that necklace. It's sentimental. They're showing me sentiment. is attached to it. So if that's you, there's something in this message for you. But when you meet a new person, I would look out for the jewelry that they wear. I mean, they're showing me a necklace right now, but there's something sentimental about a coin that this person will talk about or wear. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. They want me to put it on the goldfish, so I'll leave it there. And I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.